Welcome back, everybody, to another Digi Elysium After Hours. I'm your host, ChoppedStix, and I hope you brought those tokens because we're about to get started on a new review. Tonight, I'd like to discuss a trailer that was dropped not too long ago on February 9th. The trailer is known as Atomic Heart. Yes, we've been waiting for this. Fallout style with a little bit of Bioshock mixed in with some Jetsons from the future 60s style Futurama type deal. Yeah, I know, it just mixed a whole bunch of stuff together. Anyways, so this game looks super sick nasty, and I count this as horror because it's not just like Fallout or Bioshock, but it is robots gone mad, as so we think, because there's a lot more to this. Now, the trailer shows us that you come in on a train, or you fly in on a flying car. But you're not just anything else, you have superpowers with robotic technology. Yes, you've got an active glove that lets you jack in and do whatever you need on that hacker man style. But we'll get to that in a minute. The biggest thing is your main character is a soldier. So, the entire thing is dressed up like the 60s styles of what is going to be in the future. That kind of deal. Alright, so, like I said, it's a 60s style thing. All the robots are dressed like it would be, hey, what is the future man style of things? You obviously get to see a lot of robots talk with like this plastic doll looking face, but beyond that doll looking face, there's a horrible mask of electronic teeth and everything else you can imagine what a robot's face would look like without its skin. There is killer robots everywhere, so it's got like that Bioshock feel. The only difference is you're not in the water. Yes, you are on an island floating in the sky, so it's giving me the idea that this is going to be a huge thing, that it was either a theme park in the sky or the future world in the sky, the next living home for Americans, or, well, this isn't America, this is placed like in Soviet Russia, right? Because you see the hammer and sickle, so I'm obviously thinking this is the Soviets' idea of what the future of living would have been. Now, I want to talk about a little bit of the powers that it shows you with a magnetic energy. The glove also shows you some of the abilities with electricity. You're able to hack in certain things. There's a lot about the robots talking about when they're giving their derogative of what the world is, their technology-based everything, blah, 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 that they do the whole thing. Would you like to learn this many languages within 30 hours? Or would you like to do this in 30 minutes? So everything is technology-based. Technology gives you everything. The biggest thing is that I've also seen that some of the people are walking around with these gears sticking out their head with like tentacles and stuff, which means that humans have been altered onto this plane, which is a really interesting concept because what other thing did that? Yes, The Matrix, because there is a scene in the trailer where it shows a Matrix-esque type feel where all these like tentacles that are from robotic hooked up to like a huge power source, like sticking through all these people and like everything you would think. Maybe they're using humans as batteries, who knows? But the other big issue is that all the robots went insane. Now the trailer doesn't show us how the robots go insane or why they went insane, but they just started mass murdering the entire society, which gives me Skynet feels. That's kind of awesome. It's either Skynet or, it's Matrix type deal where we just we fucked with technology too much, let's be honest. This is where we're going anyways. Technology is the world. You keep messing with machines and machines are gonna start messing back, honestly, people. But no, it's got a good feel. The animations are really well done. The trailer video for like the character designs, they're a little bit on like an older style, I believe. I think they could have did way more detail, and then some of the lip syncing doesn't match up 100%, because you could totally tell when the mouths are moving, they're just moving, and then you got the vocals coming out behind it, but it's not matching them to a like 100% degree, which isn't too bad. Sometimes that happens. Matching up that stuff is really, really hard. They did give us a release date, which I'll talk about in a minute. There's a abundance of weapons you get to see. So there are multiple guns. You get to shoot robots, blah, blah, blah. Not just robots. There is a special scene in this where it has these humanistic workers with plant heads. So, that also tells me that modified humans have become creatures, or they went insane depending on how the modification worked. So that's another BioShock feel right there. And then of course, like because it's plant-based, it's also maybe a little sci-fi horror movie-esque type deal. We'll throw that in there. That's pretty cool. The main characters that are helping you, it seems like you're working with a team, which is cool. It's not just you. There's always going to be someone else there, as far as like story-wise goes. But yeah, not only that, it's not just one area. When it was showing like the sky scene where there was like multiple platforms in the sky doing the thing, it was showing that there is multiple landing areas. So that means there's multiple cities in the sky, if you will. So that's going to be a thing too. There's this giant tentacle worm monstrosity that's like a machine that you can take control of. Obviously, I think it's also a boss. They gave you something like that. It looks like an earth digger. But the other thing is like when it was doing gunplay, there's one where it's like this dude's fighting this like mechanical boss with like fire all the way around it. He was shooting his gun and also using the glove power techniques, which means you could do that at the same time simultaneously without having to stop unless it has like a meter gauge, which we don't know yet because we haven't played and it's never shown us. So that's pretty cool, because if I remember correctly, most games either make you do the special ability and then you can shoot, but it doesn't allow you to do it back, forth, or at the same time, So that's really, really cool. That's a huge plus for me. If you're gonna give me superpowers along with guns, you better let me do both of them at the same time. So, that kind of thing. There's also some freezing abilities too, and some really, really big weapons. But, there's melee. Melee combat is a huge thing too, which is a plus because I totally love picking up random objects off the ground and bashing the brains out of it. Yeah, enemies, beware. But there's a lot of horror scenes that you get to see. So that's plenty of it. There's a couple robots that give me like Big Daddy feels in the thing. It looks like there's some modifications to some of the weapons. So like you can pick up an axe and then you can like attach a flamethrower to it, which is really cool. I'm definitely down for that. Definitely down. The other thing is the release date. I did say we were going to talk about that. So the release date is 2022. We are getting it this year, boys and girls. But they did a little thing where they numbered out part of the actual month, and then you just say BRE, which means it's either going to be October through December is our months that we're probably going to get this, which I'm stupidly excited for, because you know what? If it came out on October, what better sell point to sell a horror game than in October itself, the horror month, ladies and gentlemen. Super great idea. Looking forward to it. There's also some like half man, half zombie-esque robot thing going on too in some of the gameplays. It looks like the technology and flesh points are amalgamated together to do this horrible monstrosity, which there's a movie called Virus from 1996, I believe, or 98. If you've never seen that, you definitely should. It's a high recommendation. And of course, what better yet to know that you can go and gun certain things down with a Tesla rifle. Yes, I said Tesla rifle because this thing is a real gun, and it looks like something Tesla would have designed back in the day, if they were, up to that standpoint. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a huge museum arc of what beyond the future lies for us back if you were in a 60s, 70s, 80s type feel. And I totally love it. We haven't heard much from this game in a long time because this was released the idea 3-4 years ago, and no one heard anything from it up until now. So that's a good thing. That means they were still working on it. They were still doing what they wanted to do with it, and they weren't giving it up. Because honestly, at one point, I completely felt that this was not going to be a thing. It was going to be a dead run. Because 2020 and 2021, things died really hard for a lot of games. So the fact that they could continue doing this and they release something with good combat style on a trailer with actual gameplay, and the visuals look amazing. Some little audio issues, like I said, but not bad. Well, that's me, and I hope to see you guys next time. And don't forget to bring those tokens, ladies and gentlemen.